Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a great and wonderful day. And I'm going to let you guys know that I will be doing a stream on Friday. Now, the stream is going to consist of stuff that I have missed and things I want to go over throughout the day because obviously I can't get all of this up in one day. It's not quite feasible unless I just upload videos over and over again. So what I'm going to do is do a stream and I'm going to go over and just my thoughts. People can join in, they can talk, do what have you. But I'm planning on doing the stream on Friday because it seems to be the best way to do this. So that being said, we have some more interesting news. We have some crazy stuff going on at the campuses and all that. I will do another video today. I'll probably be posting 4 today because there is one video containing what's happening at the UCLA, and then the update kind of thing to where this is happening to right now. So there's gonna be another video. It's just mostly just condense it so you people are not getting bombarded with like a 30-minute video because there's a lot of information here. So without further ado, we have U.S. campus protest recap. Violence breaks out at USA pro-Palestinian encampment after 100 protesters are arrested at a Columbia University when police storm student occupation. Violent clashes have erupted on the University of California campus in Los Angeles between pro-Palestinian protesters and a group of counter-demonstrators in the latest unrest to hit campuses. The trouble comes after more than 100 protesters were arrested on Tuesday night at Columbia University in New York City over where one building, Hamilton Hall, was occupied by demonstrators before police stormed the campus. So, this is what's going on here. I think we've gone over this before, right? But it's gotten worse since then, right? This is all the things that has been happening in New York and the UCLA campuses. This guy is obviously, clashes break out at a USA campus, as you can see here. Like, these are things that are happening in UCLA. These guys, it is literal chaos here. It is literal chaos, what we're seeing here. I mean, look at this. Look at this specifically. This is not what we call, like, you know, non-formed violence. This is not a protest, right? This is not a protest. This is what we call a riot, in every sense of the word of a riot, right? This is what we call it. And the fact of the matter is that when are we going to tell people that this is not allowed and one of these people should be arrested? Which, obviously, some of them are. Like, they are being arrested, they are being dealt with, but not enough. And there's going to be a certain actor here, a certain person that I'm going to be talking about that, you know, is going against it, which is good and all, but he's also the same person that was advocating and cheering for some of this stuff in the first place. Let me tell you one thing. These students could not live in a fascist or socialist country. They couldn't. Because they would be doing all the things that they are allowed to do here, but immediately be arrested, shot, or etc. because of the things that happened there. So, that's what's been going on here. And again, guys, these are attacks that happened before. This is pro-Palestinian, and we have more news from Biden as well. Apparently, Biden is wanting to send people from Gaza to the United States. Why would you do that? We're gonna talk about that today as well. There's a lot of crazy stuff that's happening. Like, Biden is completely off his rocker, but that's no surprise. So we have this here from ABC7 News Witness, ABC7 Witness News, saying protests have continued for more than 90 minutes with no law enforcement presence as brawls escalate in crowd. People are being beaten and kicked. Barricades are being used as weapons. And of course, we have this here. And we have more. This is more recent. This is more up to date. This is what's happening as of today. And Colin Rugg says, a UCLA campus looks like a landfill after pro-Palestinian protesters, many of whom were also environmental activists, demolished the campus. Police are dismantling the fortified camp after an intense fight. Police fired flashbangs at the protesters last night before arresting about 100 of them. The entire battle was documented by police helicopters. There were an estimate of 1,000 protesters. So, yeah. Again, these are not protesters. We need to stop using the word protesters in this context, right? Because what I call protesters are people that are non-violently and not occupying things as, you know, as good people, right? They're all in the streets, they're protesting, they have signs or whatever, they're doing what they're not harming anybody, they're not impeding anybody, they are just protesting. This here is not a protest. Protests do not Well, they do. They evolve into a riot. They can evolve into a riot. But protests stop being protests when you start occupying things, when you start attacking people, when you start hurting things, destroying things, setting fires. When that starts happening, it's no longer a protest. It is now considered a riot. And at that point, riots are dangerous. Riots can cause death. So we need to stop using the word protest. The media has coined us to make us be using the word protest instead of the word riots. And how many times have we used the word riot in any of these? Hardly ever. So we need to stop dropping the term protesters and start properly using the term riots as we see fit, because that is what this is. And we have more here. Significant clashes erupted at the University of California, Los Angeles, as pro-Israeli counter-protesters are attempting to disassemble the pro-Hamas encampment located on the campus. Police have finally arrived after over an hour of fighting. So, go here. We see what's happening, right? Now, you saw one side, obviously, this is going on, and this is what have you, right? So, obviously, there is no violence happening. There is just people moving stuff. Whether it's watching, there are people pulling the gates, shredding at the gates, trying to break down the barricades. I would think these are the called anti-protesters or anti-rioters or what have you. But look at this. This is a fortress. This is a fortress. This is not something that you just go and do to a place. If somebody did this to my house or occupied my house and fortified it like this, I would not deem this as funny. I would not deem this as amusing. I would find it horribly, and I would find every way legally, because legally you can't just go over there and start blasting people at your house because, of laws and stuff like that. But in a corrupt and insane society, we would be able to do that because they're taking over your home. This is kind of similar, except it's different when it's just taking over a campus. Which a campus has advocated for this type of stuff, so the campus kind of deserves what they get, honestly. But again, they're still occupying this, and this is more of a clear picture here of what's going on. Pulling barricades, stuff like that. We have, this is pulling over here. More stuff, more chaos, more stuff that's happening, and all that great stuff. So yeah. There are some things I really want people to start understanding. Now, I know there's a guy called Surfitins or whatever that says, American politics and stuff like that. I think what he needs to start understanding is, maybe he already does, is that things like this is what's a big problem in America. Yes, we do not have the problems of, what we would say have the problems as China or whatever. But we're getting there, and that's the reason why we need to stamp the bud. And there's also there's an anti-free speech law that's been rolled out, which is something that we have to talk about as well. So, without further ado, we have this here. This is from Matt Bender. This is somebody that I want to talk about specifically, because he says, will mainstream media talk about these actual outside agitators physically beating down pro-Palestinian students at UCLA? Will the Biden administration put out a statement condemning these acts of violence? Will any of these agitators face a single consequence? And I will show you the actual. What's this here? So we'll end that here. So, Matt Bender, I know that you are on the far left. You have pretty much said, you pretty much go on the very far left. You are a communist, you're stuff like this, right? Here's the thing. You kind of supported this type of stuff in the beginning, right? You were advocating for this. And when BLM and Antifa were attacking people, hurting people, you were supporting this. You were defending this type of stuff, right? So I want to know onto why you're now condemning this. You guys deserve what you get when you are allowing these type of monsters to roam the streets, when they're allowed to do this type of stuff. It's insanity to me. You need to start understanding where we stand and where we're at as a country. And when you people are condemning this and saying, oh, where's the police? Well, guess what? You advocated for the abolition and the destruction of the police. You wanted them gone. You said defund the police. You advocated for this type of stuff. So why are you asking for the police now when you were going and saying, let's defund the police? You make no sense. at least I understand that the police, and I do say that the police do need some reform, our entire justice system needs reform. I've been knowing this and saying this for years now, before I even got into politics, because I think on how corrupt it is. But you do go and say, oh, where's the police? Where's Biden acting? Where's Biden condemning these active violence? He's trying to condone it. He's trying to invite more people from Gaza to come here. That's the insane thing. So again, we have this pro-Gaza USA activists refuse entry to non-allied students, and of course, as it says, chaos erupts at UCLA after pro-Gaza activists refuse entry to non-allied students, and this is what they do. So, again, these people need to be deported, they need to be arrested, and they need to be out of our country. Because these people are not allowing students to actually go and do their job and live the way
I'm trying to go to class,
right? These are what these people are doing. Now, for people that are just watching, this is just people saying exit. There's a gate there that says exit only. There are students or people trying to get in, and they're not allowing them to go in. Right? That's what they're doing. And this is just mayhem. This is complete mayhem. And it says Columbia University says unaffiliated persons are leading campus occupation as NYPD make arrests, and this is what's going on here. So again, this is insanity. This is insanity. And we have this from the Morning Joe, who says, Deputy Commissioner Tarek Shepard shows the chains used to secure Hamilton Hall at Columbia University. This is not what students bring to school. This is what professionals bring to campuses and universities. Of course, this has been, obviously this has been, community noted, but...
Tell us about this change.
Yeah, so when we entered Hamilton Hall, this is not what students bring to school. Okay, this is what professionals bring to campuses and universities. These are heavy industrial chains that were locked with bike locks, and this is what we encountered on every door inside of Hamilton Hall. And so in order for our emergency services group to enter into the building, they had to first cut through these chains, but also get rid of debris and barricaded doors that were barricaded with refrigerators, vending machines, chairs, you name it. They pushed it up against those doors to try and stop us from coming in. But our guys would not be stopped. They did a fantastic job of entering.
So that's pretty much what it is. And of course, the post suggests that students wouldn't typically bring in that chain. However, it's actually a kryptonite bite lock sold at a discount by Columbia University. So yeah, he is a bit misleading a little bit here, but that is a pretty hefty chain. I will admit that is kind of a hefty chain, and it's a kryptonite bite lock. However, regardless of the situation, a bite lock is used to secure a bike. That's why it's called a bite lock. When you use the chain to secure other things to make it harder for people to get in, that is still a problem. So again, these colleges are out of control. There is chaos and mayhem. People are getting injured, hurt, etc., and all that stuff. There's still more to come, which I will do an update. But as of right now, if I did that, it would lead to this 30-minute video. So I will end this here, and I will update you the video, not the next video, but the video afterwards, and you guys are going to see on how more chaotic it's become over the past 24 hours. So, without further ado, guys, that's it for the video. Like, guys, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.